Hello, Instagram. Hello there. Looks like we're all ready. Let me make one final check. Little special edition Locked on Jazz. Got to make sure my volume's coming in. Doesn't sound. I don't know that it is. Okay. All right. I got a notification on YouTube. Hello there. Think we're ready to roll. Oh no, we're not. Oh no, we're not. Oh no, we're not. Let's see if I can fix that. There we.
Two, one. It is Locked on Jazz, a 7th of August edition, a post-game Jazz Spurs edition, a special edition. Jazz fall to the Spurs, but they had a bunch of interesting outings from young guys in big minutes. We'll talk about what we saw out of the next generation of the younger Jazz players. If any of them can contribute along the way, we'll break it all down for you coming up on today's edition of Locked on Jazz. Pow! How are you? I'm David Locke, radio voice of the Utah Jazz, Jazz NBA insider. This is Locked on Jazz, your daily podcast on the Utah Jazz, giving you insight, expertise, geeky numbers, and hopefully making it way better to be a Jazz fan. Hopefully on Periscope it's working for you. Please join in. The chat rooms are open for you. And submit your questions to the show. We want to hear your thoughts on the Jazz game against the Spurs. It was a fun day. We got to see the youngsters and really an incredible opportunity to see the Jazz young players playing in major minutes against an NBA team trying to make the playoffs. This is just so much of a better way to play than G League, Summer League, preseason. So this was a very, very special opportunity for the Jazz front office, who's mined hard and deep and into the crevices of finding talent, to find Mione and Jarrell Brantley and Tony Bradley and all these guys, and be able to have them get an opportunity against DeMar DeRozan, against, DeJounte Murray, against a Spurs team that's now 2 games out of the playoffs, trying to battle. This was just a great opportunity for that. So I want to get your comments. The chat rooms are open for you. We are live on Periscope at Locked On Sports and Facebook on Locked On Sports. We're live on Locked On Live on the Twitch, YouTube, as well as Facebook. So thanks very much for joining us. Glad to have you aboard. Glad to have you. If this makes any better. Can anybody hear me better now? You can't hear or see me. Well, that's a restream problem. Then it might not me. So you're just watching me like do all this stuff and you can't hear me? It's ridiculous. Why are they doing that, Instagram? You can actually hear me. Wait, Bluebird says he can hear. Did that just make it better? All right. This will not be a podcast. We'll just take some questions. We'll go Locked on Jazz will not happen today. I can't help with the no video. I don't know why there'd possibly be no video. All right. Everyone's got it. Throw your questions at me. We'll roll. I'll sum up my last two thoughts again for everybody here. Apologize for the technical problems there. I'm not quite sure why that happened, but we're still learning on the system. On Mia One, what I thought I saw that I really liked today was the ability to integrate into a team. The difficulty for Brantley and Wright Foreman and Tucker and all these guys is they were the best player on their team. They were the number one guy in their teams. And so now they're going to have to learn how to play as a part of an integrated group and as probably the fifth best player on the floor. And I think that is a very difficult task for these players to evolve in. I thought One didn't force anything. I thought he seemed very solid in how he was able to play amongst his teammates. He attacked when it was necessary, the way Royce does. I thought One looked very good in that. He looked comfortable shooting. He is aggressive. He's super confident. He's going to have to learn how to channel that confidence. But One, to me, looked the part, looked like he wouldn't disrupt the team. Defensively, he did the game plan. He stayed like in between DeRozan. He didn't bite up pump fakes, but he didn't put up a lot of resistance. So I don't really know from a coaching staff point what they're going to say, well, that was good defense because you executed the game plan, or you've got to be a little bit more forceful because an NBA player is too good to be able to just let him get his spots. Jarrell Brantley on the other side is very different. Jarrell Brantley, to me, is a unique player because of his size and his skill set that if the coaches are going to have to figure out how you integrate him into things. I almost see him at possibly playing a 5. He's big enough and strong enough. I don't know if he has the lift to rebound it and ball handle the way a Draymond Green does. I don't think he's Draymond Green, but he struck me again as being able to look the part. He looks skilled. And then his box score line is just fascinating. 8.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block, 2 turnovers as well. He goes 3 of 8 shooting, 2 of 4. It just was an incredible environment for these guys to be able to be in and have these minutes and see things. Really exciting that Jordan Clarkson got going a little bit today. Really exciting that Joe was still really, really good. All right, let's get some of your questions coming from Twitch. The young kids did well. I'm so hyped to see them progress and earn NBA minutes. Do we get an update on Morgan? I have not heard anything yet on Morgan. I think that it didn't look great, obviously. I think he got hit by Wright Foreman, and then he actually went up, got the rebound, and when he came down, I think that's when he realized he was injured, but I'm not sure he realized it before that, which tells you a little bit about his fight. Juwan Morgan, 25 minutes today, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He makes no mistakes. The coaches love him because he plays his game and just does what he's supposed to do in so many fashions. So I think that that's something they're very, very excited about. Let's go to the questions from Chris Hampton on Periscope. Can Mia be an asset moving forward or a rotation player? I don't think he'll be an asset if you mean like a trade standpoint. No one's like going to be bending over backwards to get him. I do think he could be a rotation player. A little bit when you're playing Donovan and you're paying Rudy and you're paying Conley, you're playing Bojan, you're paying Ingles, you've got to find a way to get some of these second-round draft picks to hit. The Jazz have is with Tucker, with Wright Foreman, with One, with Brantley, with Morgan. They got 5 irons in the fire. If 1 or 2 of them hit, it's a great success. That's what you're trying to get going. From Ben Simmons is just like Rondo on Periscope. Niang is 27, not even stagnating, just getting worse. Why is he still getting significant minutes? So you guys had 3 bad games coming out of the bubble, and you want to get rid of him. 39% three-point shooter with the slump of going 2 of his last 18. That's why he's playing. He does everything right. He executes plans. He moves the basketball. He's multiple skilled with dribbling and passing. He's a 40% three-point shooter. He executes defensive game plans right, and he's willing to be on the floor with other players. You can't have 5 high-usage players on the floor all the time. That doesn't necessarily work. How does the radio game get blacked out on the radio? I'm not sure how that works. Andy Mortensen, I don't know where you are. If you're outside, it's a ridiculous concept. It's totally antiquated and outdated, but they do it anyway. That they geofence our radio broadcast. It needs to go away if you're outside the 40-mile radius. Love the way the young players played their craft for San Antonio. Your thoughts from Mark on Periscope. I would agree with you. I thought that this was just the coaching staff just did this very well, the front office as well. This was just a golden, great opportunity for the Jazz to be able to get major minutes against guys that are playing for a playoff spot. Like DeRozan played 30, Pirtle played 31. Wow, was Jakob Pirtle good today. Derek White played 33, Murray played 32, Walker played 30. That's their team. And so we got primary minutes against their guys trying to make the playoffs. From Jay Brown on Twitch, are the Jazz going to lose out in order to play Denver in the first round? Well, two things. I think if we lose out, we can fall to 7 still. So probably try to avoid that. I don't think we're trying to intentionally slide to play Denver. They're pretty good. They were the 2 seed last year and the 3 seed this year. I think what we really wanted was to make sure our players were healthy and ready for the playoffs. By not playing today, they get 2 days off. They don't play a back-to-back. They come back, play today. They play tomorrow. They play Monday. They get 2 more days off against the Spurs. It kind of works correctly for them. So I think the primary focus was to make sure our main guys are healthy. And then our secondary goal here was to make sure that the Jazz got an opportunity to see these guys and what they're doing. Niang struggles again. Is this just in his own head at this point? Well, I mean, he's got to start shooting the ball better. His ball looks flat. There's no question that he's 3 for 23 from 3 so far. But this is a guy who's got an established track record of being a good shooter. The touch hasn't come quite back to him. This is a harder game for him than others. You're asking him to be a primary guy right here because he's playing with a younger player. So I'm not sure. I think that today is a very good representation of what you're asking out of George Niang to evaluate him. That's not how I would look at him as a player today. I would look at it much more, those other games, and the 3 isn't falling yet. And hopefully you'll be able to get that going. Or over on Instagram, let's see what questions we have from anyone coming in. Morgan has been the third center. If he is hurt, who's the third center in the playoffs if Rudy and Tony get in foul trouble? Well, Ed Davis would be that player. I mean, I think Ed Davis has actually been the third center. And I do think at 255 pounds, if you need to, you could play Jarrell Brantley there. I don't know that you've got to be able to rebound your position as well. So I think that's one thing that when we look at, you got to think about it. Another question of whether this was the Jazz wanting the 6 seed. I don't think the Jazz, want that. Let's be clear and make sure that we remember how good Denver is. They were the 2 seed last year and the 3 seed this year. I mean, that is a good basketball team. All right. Sorry for the truncated. Just want to come out and touch it. I didn't get to do the podcast today because of the time of the game and any of that. If I get an update on Morgan, I'll certainly give it to you, but I don't have anything on that. They wouldn't be out this soon. Anyway, if you have any final questions, you can throw in my direction. But I appreciate you jumping aboard. Apologize. We had a few technical issues. Is Tucker able to have a blowout game? Well, I don't know what that means, Colby. Apologize. I don't quite understand that question. Who takes Mike's minutes if he leaves for a baby being born? I don't know. Emmanuel Mudiay has scuffled. Did Mia One just earn some of those minutes? Did Jarrell Brantley just earn some of those minutes? Right? I think that's the question of whether that happened today. Moutier's got the experience. He's played more. He had 5 assists today. But our point guards are going to be Joe and Donovan at that point. And so are you just trying to get bigger and maybe playing those guys instead? I think that will be an interesting question to this. Thanks, guys, very much. Appreciate you joining again. Apologize. We had some of the technical issues. We'll keep working on it, see if we can make it better each and every time. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.